Hey guys, I just wanted to point something out that people don't talk about. So I'm actually watching a video. This guy's. I just kind of like to refresh myself sometimes on the fundamentals of ICT. So this particular video is called Order Block Simplified ICT Concepts. It is by T Trades. Okay, and so he is about to show what he would mark as an order block. Price makes a low here and then retraces up here and comes down and closes down here. And then price then reverses and comes up here. And he called this a liquidity sweep. That's not a liquidity sweep to me. And don't get me wrong, I understand what he's saying. On a higher time frame, this probably would look like a liquidity sweep. Currently he's on the 5-minute chart right here, 5-minute chart. I bet you on a 15-minute chart, this would be a liquidity sweep, I guess. But on a 5-minute, it's not a liquidity sweep to me. But I digress, to be honest. So to me, this is a break in structure. Okay. He didn't even use those terms. He was really just quick to mark or say that this was a liquidity sweep. But this is a break in structure, which means that, price is still in a downtrend. And then he said that price broke this recent high right here, or recent low, and the close above that is another break in structure. I don't necessarily think so. I don't think this was enough of an up move for me to consider this a swing high, for that to be a break or a changing character or market structure shift, whatever you want to call it. So to me, this is all still bearish. He's about to call this a bullish. He's about to call this a bullish order block. I'm not calling that. I mean, I guess you could consider a bullish order block, but only if, and this is just the way I think about it, only if it does create a market structure shift. And I don't consider that the close above this a market structure shift. So I guess what I'm saying is price would have to close all the way above this high, close above this high, for that to be considered a market structure shift. And then once that market structure shift prints, then to me, this becomes a valid order block. Okay. Because it's like a package. To me, you can't have an order block unless you have a market structure shift or a breaker structure. But even after that one prints, obviously there's a fair value gap, possibly be a second one here. So I wouldn't even try to enter at this order block. Actually, no, this actually intersects with this potential fair value gap. So yeah, this entry at this order block, if price does close above here, actually would be a valid entry. But basically, I just wanted to say that I don't consider things order blocks until price prints a break of structure, or sorry, a market structure shift in the opposite direction. So right now, price is clearly bearish. This closed bearish. This is a bearish break of structure. To me, this is just a simple. This is just a simple play on. A simple continuation, like bearish continuation play. So as you can see, there is a fair value gap right here, a bearish one, right? Price tapped right into it. To me, this is still bearish. Because how do you know that price is going to reverse? I guess he also didn't say anything about this coming to a key level. If this came to a key level, I suppose that could be why you might say, okay, now it's bullish. But he didn't even say that. So you can't assume that price is going to reverse, to me, unless you have, well, one, unless you're going into a higher time frame P array, aka fair value gap or order block. But on a lower time frame, I think you need to see a break of structure in the opposite direction first to confirm that price actually is going to reverse. So yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me that people just can pick a random break a structure, and because it turned around quickly is considered a liquidity sweep. This is not bullish yet. This is not bullish yet because there hasn't been a market structure shift yet. You see what I'm saying? So there's a fair value gap right here. Price wick through, and I mean, he probably handpicked this specific chart or time frame because it probably worked in his favor. But I would say, like 7 to 8 times out of 10, this would just continue lower because there's a fair value gap right here. You just broke structure. There hasn't been any sort of true market structure shift. Like I said, I don't consider this a swing high per se, because price didn't even close over this candle right here. If price closed over this candle, I consider that a swing. And then price, this black candle closed below this, so that's another swing. So this wasn't a swing, this wasn't an upswing, which would then make this a downswing for this to be broken. That's how I feel. So basically it's not a valid swing point. This is the last valid swing point because this candle closed below this low, and then this candle closed below this low. So that makes this a swing low, that makes this a swing high. And then this isn't a swing to me because of what I just said. So price would have to close above this candle for it to print a market structure shift. And then now this black candle right here becomes a valid order block. Hopefully that helps.